Innovation Unplugged from the Alabama Community College System's Innovation Center takes you inside Alabama's workforce development. Join us for enlightening conversations with community leaders and industry experts showcasing experiences, addressing key issues, and celebrating successes in the workforce initiatives across the state. Welcome back to the podcast Innovation Unplugged with the ACCS Innovation Center. I'm Houston Blackwood, the Workforce Director for the Innovation Center. Today we've got another special episode. We have two sessions with folks from Central High School here in Tuscaloosa, and we couldn't be more excited about what they have to tell us. To my immediate left, I've got Caleb Snyder,
yes, sir.
And then I've got Cameron Prince.
Yes,
they both recently gone through, some other guys going through a heavy equipment course at Shelton State in the Skills for Success curriculum. So we're excited to have you guys here. I saw a video, a reel of that Tuscaloosa City Schools made about y'all and with your cameos. And I immediately was super proud of what you had accomplished. And then I was super focused on getting y'all in the studio before you graduated. And so we're so glad to have you here. So we'll just start with you and then jump over to Cameron. Tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got into that heavy equipment course.
Okay, my name's Caleb Snyder. I'm from Tuscaloosa. The way we came about it was Miss Yeager. She's our career coach. She's really good at her job. I appreciate everything she does. She brought these opportunities through her connections, and she got in contact with Shelton, and she was telling us about the different type of things we could do, like upcoming this summer. We have the excavators we can do next, and then we have landscaping?
Land survey helper.
Land survey, yeah. We can do that too. We can take 2 more courses in the summer.
Yeah.
During the whole process, the course itself was about 2-3 months long.
No, we had the online part. Remember
that was like
how can I put it? We started a little bit late though.
Yeah, we started late on it, but we finished on time. It was 6 of us. We finished on time, and they took us on for our hands-on assessment, and those came about the videos, that you saw. Yeah. It was a fun experience. It was pretty easy. Going through the whole online course and everything, it kind of taught us step by step on how to do everything. And it was kind of a breeze when we got in there.
That's good to hear. I know the curriculum team is watching closely out there. Brandy, that you met outside, she's our director of curriculum design. And she takes a lot of pride, and she should, in how the quality of these courses. So to hear you say all that really makes her happy. Yeah. Cameron, what about you?
Well, I'm Cameron Prince, of course.
Hello, Cameron.
I'm from Tuscaloosa. I'm 17. Kind of what Caleb said, that we had our 2 online courses, the skid steer and the bulldozer. We had the skid steer first, and we took the online portion. They showed us what to do before getting into the skid steer and the bulldozer. Like, what is it called? Pre-op check? Pre-safety check? Pre-safety check. Yeah. How to do everything, how to operate it, what to look for. Like, if we go on a job site, is there holes in the tracks?
Yeah, grease traps. They taught us everything.
They taught us everything about the bulldozer and skid steer that we needed to know. That was very vital to the operation.
So you felt like when you got to that lab, having gone through the theories, you felt like you were prepared to now look at the actual machine and do all those same things.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Like, for instance, say I was with a construction company, and my job title was something completely different than a heavy equipment operator. If my boss tells me to go hop in that bulldozer and tell me to do this and that, I can be able to do that just like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we caught that on tape. And you said something like that in that video, but that is the exact thing we wanted to capture with these courses. And because we know that a lot of kids don't go out, and I say kids, students don't go and they don't get right into a job operating machines. They do other things first. But hearing you say that unprompted, it was prompted, but hearing you say that was your actual experience, and that's exactly what we wanted.
It was great. Like, once we got into the second day, it was like,
because first day we really didn't get hands on. We just made sure we knew what everything was. If we get in there, are we gonna mess up? Of course we are.
Yeah.
And the second day, it was just, we were in that thing all day, hours.
Okay. So I grew up on a farm, so I've driven tractors, but I had not ever driven a tracked machine until I was out of college, way out of college. Yeah. Tell me about that first instant when you get in the skid steer and you get on a cliff, because y'all built a ramp out there at Shelton, a big ramp.
Yeah.
What was that like the first time you got that thing a little bit unsteady?
Well, I can say that a skid steer, it's faster, it's smaller, and it's maneuverable.
Yeah.
So
the
like
center,
if you,
the center of gravity is way different
yeah.
from
So
a
if you
bulldozer, so.
going up a pile of dirt and you fit, and mind you, it has a roll cage.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
if you roll up down that pile of dirt and you feel like you better go over, make sure you
Yeah,
stay in.
It'd be better if you just sit
Yeah,
down, just
yeah.
go on and hold
Just-
on to the
just-
little
just
handles.
stay in.
just
They
stay in
they
there.
made it very clear that if you fall over, roll over anything,
You're gonna
stay
be okay.
in there.
You'll be
You'll
okay.
be fine. It protects you.
No, you guys didn't turn one over.
No, but there was
it was always a
Jew.
sense of safety. It was somebody
Yeah.
they
Jew.
lifted the bucket all the way up. You know, the center of gravity changes, and
And
you
he almost just went.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So we did one in Trentham in Montgomery, and where they do theirs, there's a like a road that goes around, and it's got a pretty good hill. I don't know. It's not. It might be 20 degrees, but it's enough that when you watch those students tip over that ledge for the first time in that skid steer, even the big bad dudes, like their eyes get so big,
Yeah.
and they dump over it. It's hilarious, and I always
They
get
actually roll it over.
no, but like when you're driving that thing and it
Okay,
it
it
starts to
feels like you-
tip and go
yeah.
down the ramp.
Okay.
Watching them go over that tip, and sometimes they don't pay attention how fast they're going, but their eyes are just huge. It's so fun.
There's kind of a difference between the skid and the dozer. The skid, it doesn't have a screen. Like you literally have to turn and look everywhere you're
Yeah.
going. The same thing in the dozer. But with the dozer, like you were saying with the heel, it shows you like how far you tilt and how far you like go forward or backwards.
Okay.
Like it'd be like you tilting over 16, 13, anything like that.
What was the highest angle you had that thing tilted? Do you remember?
30.
Holy cow.
Yeah, 30.
I didn't drive the bulldozer me personally, but I did do the skid steer.
Okay.
I didn't get to do the dozer. But
30 degrees, that's almost 45. That's just a
we were twisting and turning everywhere with dirt. So
yeah, that's fun. Now tell me about your interaction with those two instructors over there, because I happen to know them pretty well.
They
were
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
They were awesome.
Everything was clear. They knew how to talk to us. They knew how to talk
Yeah.
to students of our age. So
there was a different instructor though, like the second time. It was a different guy.
So I'm speaking to Ken and Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys. They helped
Yeah.
us early on, kind of get some of this going, and I knew then that, man, if we can get them to teach the class, then whatever class they're teaching is going to be phenomenal.
yeah, Richard was he was the jokey type. Well,
Yeah.
Ken was too, but he was more laid back.
Yeah.
He would just sit back and watch. He was kind of still learning like we were, but they were both pretty good. They were
Good.
amazing.
So in that video, and I've watched it a few times, but remind me, several of y'all mentioned having job offers or plans, or tell me what's next. So you guys graduate in 72 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Monday.
Not even
yeah.
that. Yes, 72 hours. Like you'll be getting ready this time in 3 days. So
Yeah.
what's next for y'all? And are you using any kind of this heavy equipment for a job or next steps?
So we're actually both going to Mercedes.
Okay.
We're signed up through the program with Shelton. It's
Yeah.
called Mechatronics and
Tech.
Yeah,
Mech and tech.
I'm doing mechatronics. So the certifications that we have, they won't go directly through
Sure.
Shelton because they don't use skid steers and stuff out there. But the program with Shelton made everything easy. They went ahead and set everything up for us. They just let us know if we need to do anything. We had to personally apply for Shelton, but everything else it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It happened pretty fast. But I never thought I was going to college.
That's the same thing I
until-
said.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd be able to go to
yeah,
college.
I
Like
never
I
saw myself as a
automatically
college person.
said, I just want to work.
Yeah.
But then when Miss Yeager came to me and she said, there's an offer for you to go to school for 2 years to where you join this program, Mercedes pays for it, and you get your associate's degree. But the only thing you have to do is just make sure you keep your GPA up and do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's it. Just GPA. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a problem either because
You guys are both pretty intelligent. I can tell.
Yeah.
But it's like schoolwork.
Yeah. We're not school people, but you can handle it.
Yeah.
So I saw this meme the other day. It was this guy. The question was, how did you get into the trades? And he says, I can read and write. I just don't like to.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly how it is.
yeah,
That's exactly how it
he
is.
said, but I can read a blueprint like nobody's business. And it went on, and that's what you guys are going to be doing. So are y'all getting into the FAME program?
Fame.
Well, that's something for industrial maintenance, but you guys are going into something different for mechatronics.
Well,
Okay.
he's in the mechatronics. I'm in the tech.
Yeah,
that
so-
deals with auto repair.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That's really exciting, and it's totally fine, obviously, that you're not using heavy equipment because both of those jobs are going to be it's a dying breed.
Yeah.
And people who know how to work on this stuff, and you guys are going to have very good careers. What's your biggest takeaway from taking our courses? Obviously, we want to hear about everything you're doing, but taking our courses, and then what's your takeaway to someone who hasn't gone through, or someone who doesn't know what's next? I'm just going to go work without a plan.
You should definitely, if you get a certification, especially for free, you should always go for it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be trying to get something that's free. If it can be handed to you, you might as well take it. Not everybody gets the handouts as somebody else. Everything comes at a different time. So
at a price.
Yeah.
At a price.
It's always best if you go in and grab what's handed to you. Never try to push anything that's given to you away,
because there won't be high school anymore.
Yeah,
when
once you out.
Yeah, when you walk across that stage, you can't be able to call back the teachers and say, "I need help."
I can't tell Ms. Yeager, let me take the course over again.
I need help finding a job. Yeah, you can't do that no more.
But you know who you can. I bet that you can call Ms. Yeager.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We're her favorites.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But you're exactly right, and that happens when I was a high school teacher. I taught freshmen, so they didn't know what was going on anyway. But then when they got to be seniors, you always wonder, well, what's going to happen to them? And if they didn't have a plan, they're graduating. Like, my goodness. But now that you have this super connection to Shelton, to Miss Wyatt and Miss Dubose, did y'all meet her? She's the director of workforce.
Dubose.
You met her?
What was her first name?
Nicole. No. You may not have. But it's okay. But that team has your back. So they're the new Miss Yeager. For sure.
Okay.
As you go through, and you'll be able to walk through that process pretty well. Are you guys nervous about Monday?
No,
yes.
I'm not. I'm ready to go.
You should be nervous.
I'm
ready
to go in and just walk across.
Yeah.
It's a big opportunity. You can't just be nervous about it.
Yeah.
You gotta.
We're also ready for the next step. What life has for us.
Yeah.
But some encouraging words we can say is, you don't always have to have a plan. But it's better to have one. Because not everybody knows what they're gonna do. Like when they go from the 10th grade to the 11th grade, like, am I going to get a job? That's the first thing that comes to mind. When you're 15 and you're getting older, it's time for me to get a job. I can't just go to school and do nothing, right? Or play a sport.
Yeah.
Even. But I can say there are options. There are people that are willing to help you, because I know I needed it. Yeah. I consider myself not going to college right after high school. I just want to work, and that was it.
How did you get into the automotive idea?
With me, I'm good with tech. Like,
okay.
I'm a gamer, all that, and I like cars. Like, me and Kayla, we had our hands-on assessment at Mercedes that puts us in the program. We had to change a tire, follow instructions, and learn about safety. And I believe that's key to what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all tested into this thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling kind of dumb right now because I'm not sure exactly which course or how that process worked, but it's becoming more clear. So you took this assessment, and they're like, hey, we want you to come work here. And you're going to Shelton for mechatronics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to Shelton for
the automotive tech.
It's the same thing with the same person, the same company.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
Cool. Well, good deal. Well, we've got some other guys that want to get on the show too from y'all. We've got a short window. We appreciate both of you being here and just giving us your feedback and just that spirit of what's next and not being afraid of it. It's really cool. Good luck to both of you. I hope that you hit it all just right and do well. I'm positive that you will. Okay, so we got Caleb Snyder and Cameron Prince. We appreciate you guys being on, and we're going to take a quick break and bring in the next guys. All right, we've got our next round of guests on today's episode. I've got Julius Cockrell from Central High School and Miss Paige Yeager from, is it Central High School or Tuscaloosa City Schools?
It is Central High School, but Tuscaloosa City Schools as well. Mm-hmm. I'm actually the career coach for the Western Cluster.
Okay, gotcha. So I was telling Caleb and Cameron, my very first teaching job, and y'all may have heard it, was at Tuscaloosa Middle School.
Okay.
In 2004, it was the year of the Supermoon and the Boston Red Sox. But I drove past, I was down here yesterday for a mental health lab, and I drove past the magnet school.
Yes.
And I was thinking about this day, and I've always wanted to come back and work in this area again. I just haven't yet. So this is exciting for me personally, but we saw the video that you guys created for after the skid steer and dozer course, and we were just in love with the energy and the ownership of the school system to take the time to develop that, but just to get you guys on and just hear a little bit about what it was like. So Julius, give us a quick rundown of what it was like for you getting notification of the course and getting into it, and then a little bit about how the course was for you.
Honestly, when I first got there, I thought it was gonna be a little. When I first got there, I thought it was gonna be a little hard, but as we got to learning more and get the hands on, I got to learning how to just do stuff, like how to drive it, operate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did you do first, the skid steer or the
Skid
dozer?
steer. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now I know the answer to this question, but you got on that skid steer and you got up on that mound of dirt.
Nah, that was the bulldozer.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about that.
He'll like go down the hill, come down the hill with a pile of dirt. So when I get down there, I see the tipping thing. He was like about 35. Man, I thought I seen Jesus.
That's so good.
They said his eyes got really big.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the heavy equipment course. And I've never seen one turn over in our course. And I think our instructors are all really safe, but it's fun to see that. And then you realize how safe the machine really is.
Yeah.
You know, when we filmed the dozer course, now when you were through it, you saw Max.
Yeah.
Okay, Max was from a rock quarry, worked for Dunn Construction. But we were filming that, and we had to film it and then capture the audio in the truck. But as we were filming it, we asked him to go get just some B-roll, and he just took off up the side of this mountain of gravel or whatever it was. And I swear I thought it was just going to tip over like it was, 45 degrees or greater. And he was just going around of it, nobody's business. So it's good that you had a little fear about it, and then you had a little fear in it. And now you go get a job, and they say, hey, go jump in that machine right there, and what's going to happen?
I feel safe and know how to operate it.
Okay.
Confident.
Good. That's good. And
Yes, sir.
that's what we're after, to be confident and competent,
Yes,
on day one. So what about you, Paige, and how did you get 2 skills for success and now navigating these students through it? What was that like for you?
Well, to begin with, connecting with Shelton State, we have a great relationship at Tuscaloosa City Schools with Shelton State Community College, and they do amazing things for our kids. I know the other boys told you about some of the programs and things they've been involved in. And I was reconnected, let's put it that way, with Nicole Dubose. We actually went to Hillcrest High School together.
Oh, heck.
Yes, her sister and I graduated together. So saw Nicole at a function, and she was like, hey, we have these great things coming up. Let me tell you about them. And I'm one of those people that I want to put as much as I can in front of my kids. I want every opportunity. And so I immediately started telling them. I started going in all the senior classes, and I was like, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. Who wants to sign up? And immediately plopped them in the class, and I told them, okay, now here's the computer part. You got to do the computer part first, then you get to go do the hands-on part. It's going to be great. Get the certifications, and the certifications, of course, also qualified as their check mark, their CCRI for graduation, so that was helpful. But the teachers were great. Their teacher, especially Miss Bailey, was like, hey, work on that in this classroom. This is something for your future. And so she gave them time to do that as well. So that was fabulous. But it really was an easy sell to the guys. I mean, let's face it, they're getting out of school for a little bit. So,
Check.
Okay, they're seniors. They've had senioritis since August. But to get out for a couple of days, lunch was provided, which is another thing. You feed them, and they will come, And let me say a little bit about that. We did call some of our local, I'm from here, construction companies, knew some people. And so we had Civil Works Construction, and Matt Caddis come one day. It was fabulous, fabulous. They came, provided lunch, excuse me, talked to the guys about what it takes to work for a company, what kind of people he hires, brought PowerPoint about, different kinds of things that they do, the sewer lines, the so-and-sos, how to be safe. It was just really neat. So it wasn't just stop by and drop off lunch.
Yeah.
They hung out with us. And then another day during one of the other ones, we had ST Bun Construction and Jason Garcia came by and brought lunch, and kind of the same thing, talked to the guys. And so it was neat to listen to what all they do and how they would use these guys.
So I noticed that you're wearing a Civil Works hat.
Look, a little advertisement there.
Yeah, and so I'm curious. So what are your plans next, Julius? At graduation, like I told those guys, in 72 hours.
Actually, I got a scholarship for go welding at Shelton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would also like to do heavy machinery out on the side job, like operating machines.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those guys, you see those guys, they never drive an ugly or old truck.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? There's something about that. What's going on there?
They found where the money is.
That's good. But, being a welder, you're going to have an opportunity to drive a bunch of those machines just around different job sites for whatever reason.
Yes, sir.
So just having that ability, confidence to jump in and go do whatever's next.
Yes, sir.
And real quick, this summer they're also offering excavator.
Mhm.
And so 2 or 3 of my guys are taking excavator already, which is going to be great because you could always, as a side job, sure, let me clear that for you. Hey, I'll get that ready.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Caleb and Cameron mentioned the land surveyor, that you're doing that one too.
That we are, absolutely. We're going to be the first one in the county to do it. Go Central High School.
I love that. I love that. So what's cool about the land surveyor, it's a one-day course, but it can be perfectly embedded with that dozer, skid steer, and specifically the excavator, because when you dig that trench, that those footers have to be certain, certain parameters, and so you'll be able to measure the depth and angle and slope and all that to make it really perfect. So you're going to get a really good knowledge. And then what's cool about that, Julius, is you'll take that knowledge, and then when you go out there on that job site, you understand what those guys are talking about. The old heads out there doing the stuff, like, they may not want to hear from you, but you know what's going on.
Yes, sir.
And then now it makes so much more sense, and you're able to pick up faster in that job.
Right.
And so you're not just a welder, like you're an all-around getter-doner,
Yes, sir.
and it's going to be good
Yes, sir.
because you're so competent. Now, and I understand it's a tiny bit of training, but you have an understanding of what's
Right.
going on.
The basics.
And, man, and
Yes.
that's so powerful.
Yes, sir.
Well, I pointed out we had our senior honors day, and these guys got awarded. And I had some pictures that Shelton had taken. Porfirio sent them to me. They're beautiful. Anyway, and I also had their certifications framed for them. And I was telling the audience about what it was, and I was so excited to say, you guys, these are industry credentials that can help. This is not just, oh, that's so sweet, he got that in high school. No.
It's a real deal.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. What do you see? So I know you've got plans for the summer. What do you see for next year? Because you got your feet wet now with how this whole thing works. So what do you do for the next group of Julius's and Caleb's and Cameron's?
Oh, well, now, first of all, I cannot replace these 3. Let me tell you, they're going to have to come back and help me. But I have already put it out. I have a Schoology group for each one, all of our career coaches, Schoology groups for each one of our grades. And they can tell you, especially seniors, I blow them up a lot on the Schoology group. And I've already told my sophomores and my juniors, hey, here are all the opportunities this summer. Let's sign you up. And so I've got 2 girls, actually, that are going to do they're interested in the land surveying because they both want to be engineers.
Oh, man.
And they were like, how neat would that be to be able to talk about that and to know? I said, absolutely.
Yeah, more construction companies are doing their own surveying rather than hiring an official land surveyor.
Absolutely.
And for whatever reason, I think just for speed, time,
Absolutely.
that's really awesome.
Last year we had TTL, who's a local company, come and talk to us, and they were talking about how they, cannot find surveyors. Now, of course, the big surveying degree, and that Troy University is the only one in the state of
Only
Alabama
one.
that offers it. And so they were saying, hey, if you get interested in surveying, we will pay for your education. I thought, what?
Well, that's true. The Alabama Professional Land Surveyor Society, something like that. I butchered it. But they supported our development of that course for that very reason.
love it.
That Troy does a really good job, but it's a bottleneck because it's the only one.
Absolutely.
So we put it out there, and then these young people can go through different degrees and different tracks and whatever, and eventually end up as a surveyor or just using it completely as part of what they normally do. So what feedback would you guys have to other teachers like you in your role and to the other teachers in the school who you need to work with your students, and for other students coming through? What advice would you have moving forward for someone considering these opportunities? And
I say do it. It's a great opportunity, and also bring in a lot of money.
yeah, to change your future.
Yeah.
May change your whole family.
It's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good. Good to hear.
And I would say to the teachers or to any school who is considering offering their children these opportunities, please do it. One of the biggest things we say in TCS is we have 3 E's. And when our kids come in 9th grade, do you want to be enrolled, enlisted, or employed? And so that helps us figure out, do they need to take classes at TCTA? Do we need to get them in business? And, of course, they don't have to stay on that. And a lot of them are going to enroll and employ,
Yes,
things like that. But
Absolutely.
it helps us. And every opportunity we can give them, we need to put out there, whether they grab it or not.
Yeah.
But we're going to put it out there. And so I would tell any teacher, and actually we had one teacher who I could not be there during one of the days to, kind of watch, because we're
Right.
supposed to have someone there from the school. So one of our coaches actually took the online class and went and did bulldozer with them.
Okay.
So he actually certified as well. So it was fabulous that they're alongside one of the teachers. They had the best time with Coach Franks
Coach Franks. That's funny.
being there. And so that was just really neat. But, teachers grab those opportunities too.
Yeah, we have that a lot, and actually creates a little bit of an issue for us as far as the grading and whatnot, because they're the teacher and they're the student. Anyway, but it's a fun problem to have because it means that they're really invested in what their kids are doing too, so they understand exactly what's going on. That's awesome. What final thoughts from you guys? Because I got one more run to go in this triple episode with Shelton State and Central High. Final thoughts on this, or what's next for you?
Hopefully after the graduation, I'll be running to a job.
Yeah.
I got a lot of job opportunity at the Y 2.0, ADOT, Premier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Alabama Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
Good for
Absolutely.
you.
And Hannah Steele.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, good for you. That is so encouraging. I see the light in you.
Yes, sir.
I'll say that. I'm not gonna make it weird, but I just
No, that's Julius. He is. I mean, he's fabulous to be around. He just is.
I see a bright future. All three of these young men that were here
Absolutely.
today. I see a really bright future for all of you, man.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
and I was telling those other guys, you don't have to worry about getting it all right today or even tomorrow. You got a lot of time,
Yes, sir.
but just take these opportunities and do well with it.
And
That's
absolutely, they were right. You can call Miss Yeager anytime you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that's always a funny thing. We appreciate you guys being on
Yes,
and
sir.
just taking the time out of your day to come on over here and
Thank you for
share
having
your
us.
experience. Yeah, for sure. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Julius Cockrell and Miss Paige Yeager, we appreciate both of you being here.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
Falcons.
All right. Third guest for the day, third guest group for the day. We've got Miss Emily Wyatt from Shelton State Community College. We all got these different names, but we're so glad to have you on. So I've known your email for a long time,
Yes.
but we've never met you in person. So it's nice to finally be able to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about just a brief background, how you got into Shelton State and doing this workforce stuff, and then we'll talk about all the skills for success.
So I came in as a part-time instructor for Alabama Career Essentials, which is ACE. It's a job prep course. So I taught that part-time underneath Paul Sanders for a while,
Oh yeah,
almost a year. And then back in July, they had an opening. And what was July 2 years ago now, they had an opening for a kind of just supervising ACE in a way. So I took that. And then Margie Falls retired. So I was so happy for her, but also very sad.
sure. She was a workhorse.
Yes. So her job position came open in a different format. So I ended up there as the Workforce Development Project Manager.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
A Workforce Development Project Manager.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's actually how I got into the college system too. I was in K-12, and then I went to Calhoun in the workforce department as a project manager. And here we are, many moons later. So that's good. So, what was your background before that? Oh, you told me this was your first job out of school.
My first full time out of school.
Okay.
I majored in criminal justice.
Okay.
So very far off the track, but I love what I do.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the best. Those are the best jobs. We had a guest on one time, and he's one of the campus presidents, and he said he's on Plan D. You know, and his first plan was to be a professional baseball player, and now he works for the college system doing this. So it works out very, very well. What's been your experience with workforce development before Skills for Success? In the role that you had, and now with Skills for Success, what has it been like in those in that transition period?
Well, Shelton has been great and awesome to me forever. I mean, even since I was a student, I've always loved Shelton. And the change has not been big at all for me. I worked with students when I was the workforce development coordinator, or I forget my title at times, the titles that I had. But as an ACE instructor, I was always with the students and teaching them curriculum and just interacting with them and helping them build a better life for themselves. So in that job, I built resumes with them and cover letters and kind of helped them find a career. Moving into the project management side of it, I'm still working with students and I'm still helping them find careers and bettering their lives as far as finding jobs with good money or just helping them find their way in Shelton State as training that they would need. I've really enjoyed working with the high schools recently.
Yeah.
So Margie was really with a bunch of the open enrollment classes when we first started. And we pulled this into the high schools, and I have loved working with the students, just seeing them brighten up from, I have this course now that I can take that's going to further my career whenever I'm out of high school. It's given them the opportunity.
Yeah, the high school students are a different breed, just a different energy. than the open enrollment. And what I like about the older students is they've been out in the world and they realize the really drastic importance of having some kind of certificate or a degree or just some job experience. But the young ones, when they get excited about this kind of thing, you really see them take on. How have you worked with employers and other companies to bring them to the labs or to connect them to the completers of these courses?
So we have a few companies that have actually helped with the labs. I'll say Icarus has been amazing to Shelton. They have helped us a lot. And we send whenever a student wants a job right out of this career or this certification, we will send their name off to Icarus. And then when Icarus wants to hire, they can always reach out to the student. We also help the students in finding careers. So if someone were to call us, I'm always looking for companies that want to help out when a student graduates to hire them. We are in the process of working with a lot of companies right now that are actually interested in just coming to the courses and seeing students work throughout them and then hiring them out of it.
Yeah. We get that a lot is the companies want to come to the lab and watch the students, to see the lab for the first time, but then to watch the students so they know who they're getting rather than just hiring someone. Huntsville Solid Waste, so basically the landfill, they're going Monday and Tuesday to Brewer High School in Morgan County to do that very thing. They want to hire some people, but they're going to see the lab for the first time too. What's the biggest impact you've seen or the biggest win that you've had in this role and if possible with Skills for Success?
The biggest win is watching these students succeed for me, watching them graduate high school just as these Central students have done and walking out the door with this certification that they're about to make a career out of. And even these companies reaching out saying, hey, these students, we want them. We want to hire them. And that's a great win for me as far as they know that these students are, one, certified by Shelton, so they're doing really great things, and that they're certified enough to come and work for them as a great employee. I will say we've had one company reach out and they actually want to send their employees through the program. So, and that is to me is awesome because that says a lot about Shelton and also says a lot about the program.
What course do they want to go through?
All of the heavy equipment.
All of it. Okay. Yeah. Well, setting those pads, doing all the things to get ready to build the house for sure. Do you know that we have a carpentry helper lab?
We do, and we're really excited to offer that soon.
Yeah, we just got the edits back from the first lab, and then electrical helper pilots on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
And then we're building plumbing with Ingram State.
Okay.
So you'll have those three. And did you know that we have a flooring course that's coming?
I did not. This is awesome.
Was it hardwood, tile, laminate, and carpet?
Okay.
And that will be 4 separate labs because it's about 2 days for each one of them. But when you go back to Premier Construction and you say, hey, I can put your guys, new guys, or anybody through a series of heavy equipment in, say, a month or 2 weeks, really, and then I can put them through some basic construction helper courses, what are they going to say?
They are going to be so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Well, we'll send you the preview flyers for those so you can start going. And if you want to go send those guys down to watch in those labs, they can. Okay. And in the pilot or coming soon, whatever's coming up. Well, this has been a Mad Dash episode, and we're so glad to have all of you on, Shelton State and the Central High School team. What are your final thoughts for the audience, and what's your next vision for Shelton workforce moving forward?
My vision is that we will grow Skills for Success majorly. Just as you said, we have multiple programs coming soon, and I'm excited to see the high schools and even open enrollment just bring these in and watch these students succeed in these and become great career opportunities for them. I'm really excited to see how it all goes, and I'm excited to see the high schoolers come back next year. This is our first year really working with the high schools, and I'm excited to see from August to May all the students that get to go through the programs and succeed in that.
Yeah, and you were telling me that one high school is considering embedding some of the courses in their actual coursework.
Yes, and that would be awesome. I think that is a great idea because it's getting students hands-on experience, and these are agricultural students, and they're all in CTE programs, so they're wanting this certification, and it's helping out with that. So
it fits, checks a box, and it checks a box really, really well.
Yes.
With an authentic CRI.
Yes.
Yeah. We're presenting the class conference this summer. Okay. And that's the title, Skills for Success and Authentic CRI.
I like that.
Yeah, we're getting there. So, Hey, Emily, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come be with these kids and be with us on this show. That's going to wrap it up for today. So no more final thoughts from you?
I think I'm good. Thank
okay,
y'all.
Thanks for being here. All right. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and share Innovation Unplugged. Have a great day.